Haven't made a video in a while. I got a few things I need to get done. Got my snow tires taken off the wife's car, so I got to get those put away. Can't get those put away till I pull that out. What a mess. I haven't had much time to be in here. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff I need to get done. One thing I got to do is call my machinist yesterday, telling him happy birthday. All you car guys, you got machinists, you need to be friends with your machinist, because these guys have years and years of knowledge that they're itching to share with people. But you know, most guys don't have the time to go hang out in the shop and talk to them. You just got to go meet your machinist, hang out with them. They can teach you a lot of stuff. So anyway, I called him yesterday, and he said he's in need of a 4-bolt 350 block. He closed down a shop a few years ago after an earthquake, and he's just working out of his home garage right now, which is a lot smaller, so he had to get rid of a lot of his stuff. I've got some of it. So he said, I need to buy a block off you. I was like, you're not buying anything off me. I'm going to find a block. I'm going to give it to him because he's helped me out a lot, and there's no way I can use everything I have. So yeah, find your local machinist, get to be friends with him. They can teach you so much stuff. They got so many years of knowledge to share. I see you car guys need it. So I got a few projects I need to do. I'm working on well, before I get to that, let's do this. There's my race car. Been sitting there without an engine for, well, too long. I had it in there. It's running pretty good. The converter was a little tight, so I had it rebuilt. Actually, I think I got 2 converters. There's one. There's my backup right there. So I got to get that put back into my trans. Yeah, I run a turbo 350 transmission. This transmission right here, if you were to duplicate it today, it'd probably run right around $5 grand. I've rebuilt it several times over the last 30 years. I've been using the same transmission, and every time I rebuild it, I add an upgraded part or two, and it's got a lot of upgraded parts in it. It's pretty wicked. There's my 406. So I need to get this bolted to that and put in there. So I'll make a video doing that. And then the big block I was showing you over here, I know this is a mess. It's been a long winter. We've had a lot of snow this year. Been really happy to have this. So there's a Gen 5 big block right there. And I'm gonna build that to go into, oh, there's my camera stand, into my dually. It's 88 Chev dually. I'm gonna make that into a 496 because, well, a 496 is a lot better than just a 454. There's a crankshaft for it right down there. Scat 4 1/4 inch stroke crank, external balance. Spent the last day or two balancing my rods. I had 7 rods. They were all pretty close. I was given 7 rods. I had to buy 1 rod. Well, I got a donor rod from someone, and I've been grinding it to get it down to weight. And so that's what the Dremel's all about. And there's my rod balancing fixture right there. I got the scale on the house. I'm not going to leave that out here. So that's what I spent all day yesterday doing. So, and then another friend called me the other day, and he's putting the engine back in his, I'm not sure what kind of car he has. Pretty cool show car. And he's got a couple distributors and a couple carburetors. So I told him I'll run the distributors and make sure they work. There's one. There's the other one. There's a cap off the other distributor. So he's going to come pick those up shortly and drop off 2 carburetors. A couple Edelbrock carburetors. I told him I'd go through those and put him one together that works really well. So I've got a few things I got to get done, like I said. So my plans today, wait for my buddy to come over, pick those up, drop off some carburetors. And then I think I'll get with my other buddy, and I think we're going to go hit a couple wrecking yards. I'll get that on video because, well, that's always fun. We'll probably try to hit 2 or 3 wrecking yards today. We've been going to wrecking yards for the last 30 or 40 years. I'd have to add it up. And basically what we do is we go to wrecking yards, we scout, basically call them scout trips. We see what's out there and see what we need. I actually hate going to the wrecking yard anymore because I always see stuff I need and, well, where am I going to put it? So I'm pretty full. But you know what? I need some stuff anyway. So we're going to hit a couple wrecking yards. I'll video that. And then hopefully sometime this week or next week, I'm going to be putting the engine, this, into this. I'm going to try to catch that on video too, because that's a pretty cool process. I have another friend who wants to help with that. So we'll do a video on that. The reason we're going to the wrecking yard today is because on this dually, it's got a 454 with a turbo 400 trans. Get a view of that. It's an 88. I bought it from up in Idaho. Pretty clean truck. It's a Choo Choo Customs. Well, the problem is with the turbo 400, it's supposed to have 410 gears in it, but I pulled the cover off last week, and it turns out I've got 373 gears in it, which is just fine, but it's still getting on the freeway and trying to do, you know, 65 or 70. You know, that doesn't keep up with traffic, obviously. That doesn't fly. So I'm gonna go hunt me down a 4L80 transmission. I'd like to snag a 4L85. Those are a little bit harder to find. I found several 4L80E transmissions. If I can find a 4L85, that'd be cool, but I don't really care. The 80 is gonna work just fine. I already know I know which trans controller I'm going to use. I can't remember it here, but when I get around to that, we'll link it. So the dually is going to end up with a 496. It actually might end up being a 489, depends on how far I bore it. So I'll put a 496 in it with a 4L80 transmission, and then that thing will be ready to rock and roll and travel out of town. I just don't want to really be towing out of town with it right now, with it sitting at, I don't know, 3,000 or 3,500, maybe even 4,000 RPM for that long. That's just not cool. So that's kind of the agenda today. I'm gonna hit some wrecking yards. I might even dig out a block today. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm gonna video all this, and when I get my block out and head to machinist, I'll video that too. He's a pretty cool guy. I follow a couple of machinists on YouTube, and it seems they're all about the same. They're all really cool dudes, very knowledgeable, and they have particular ways of doing things. So that ought to be fun. By the way, that's a 72 Camaro, and that's a 72 Nova, and I had a 72 K10, but I sold that to get my dually. There's a story behind that. Maybe I'll share it one day. But this Nova, it basically has just an engine sitting there in there to take up space because I ran out of room. But this is going to end up with a 454 engine, turbo 400 trans, and a 9-inch rear end. You know, when I get to this project, I've had this Nova. This Nova's been in the family for probably around 30 years. There again, I don't remember. I just never have time for it, because every time I get ready to do something to that, I turn around and do one more thing to this. So that's what we got. I got quite a mess. I got to get this cleaned up one of these days. I haven't spent a lot of time in the garage this winter because it's been just too damn cold. So anyway, stand by. I'm going to try to get some footage of a wrecking yard today. So I'll get back to you shortly. Okay, it's the first wrecking yard of the day. I'm sitting around waiting for people to show up, and no phone calls, and no one showed up yet. I'm not going to sit around and wait anymore. So we're going to see what we can find today. Not looking for much in particular. I am looking to see if I can find another 4L80E trans. I found a few. I just need to find another one, preferably 4L85, but I doubt we'll see one of those today. I've seen a few 6.0 LS motors, the LQ4s. Those are hard to find. I usually find a lot of 5.3s and 4.8s. but we'll see what we can find. I'll turn you back on when I get to a good section. Okay, found the truck row. There is maybe a 3/4 ton, I don't know. It has the 4L60. Oh, let's get rid of that. Let's do this. It's got the 4L60, not interested in that. This van is not the right year. We're gonna look at it anyway, just in case. I can't see where the camera's pointed, so. Yeah, it's a 4L60. Acadia. Gotta think what I might need for the wife's car. Probably nothing, but there it is. The Chevy van, that could have an 80 in it. What thing we're gonna do? Oh, I was gonna check the code. I forgot it's not on this side. Well, we'll just take a look. That's got a 4L60. So that's no good for me. Denali. It's easier just to check for the code in the glove box store usually, but I can look and see what we got anyway. I'm probably gonna have to edit a lot of this video because I'm not sure where the camera's pointed. We're just winging it here. Half ton, that's not going to have what I need. I'll keep looking and we'll see if we can find something else cool. Hang tight. Here's a half ton. Here's what I'm talking about. You can look for the code in the glove box right in here and you'll see an M30. If this will focus. Do you see where it says M30? For some reason it's not focusing. But anyway, that tells me it's a 4L60. Let me check the focus here. Yeah, not gonna happen. Yeah, M30 is a 4L60, so that's not gonna do us any good. That just saves me from getting on the ground. So let's keep looking. So I just happened to look inside this Chevy truck to see what the transcode was. And there's a faceplate for radio. It is a, I don't know, whatever brand that is. And it's still here, which I do need a radio for my truck. I didn't bring any tools because kind of, again, just a scout trip, but that would be kind of cool just to snag that for what, probably 10 or 15 bucks. I got the factory radio in my truck that's a piece of crap, but anyway, there's one of those. So assuming this thing runs on multiple types of fuel, not interested in that. I want something that runs on real gas, so let's keep looking. Here's a Chevy Avalanche. This one is a good candidate for a 4L80 or even a 4L85. I just checked, and this has a 4L60. We'll verify the VIN. You'll see M30 somewhere. I can't see through my camera. Doesn't like to focus, M30, but I crawled under and checked. So, and it has the I think the 5.8 engine, or the, not the 5.8, the 5.3 engine. So keep going. So here's a 1-ton van. This had a 6.0 LS in it, and I guarantee it had a 4L80 trans. But obviously they're both gone. There's a VIN right there, if it's in the frame. But it's a VIN U. It says LQ460. You can't find the other tag, but I know it had a 4L80 in it, so that's gone. We'll keep looking. Just little things you find out at wrecking yards. Got your little step bar right there. Looks really good. Here's one. It has some pretty stylish aftermarket wheels on it. 3 of them are good. Let's see what else we can find out here. Some more aftermarket wheels. I bet all 4 of those. Well, those are good. Let's keep looking. Here's a 3/4 ton heavy duty. Guaranteed this one had a 4L80 in it, but the engine and trans are both gone. Let's see, that is a MT1. So yeah, it's a 4L80. I'm here on a Sunday, which isn't the best day, really. I'm just kind of bored today. Best time is just come out during the week. You got to hit multiple days to see when the stuff first hits. 4L80s and 6.0s, LQ4, LQ9s, those are gone within the first day or 2, if they even hit the yard. So lots of 5.3, 4.8s. But I might get lucky and hit something. We'll see. I'm gonna keep looking. It has to be the right year too, so let's crawl under and take a look at this one just because. Yeah, it's a 4L60. Knew it was. Alright, well, let's see if we see something else cool. This is also stuff I like to keep my eyes out for. This is an 89 Chev, mine's an 88. So there's some stuff on here I could use. You never know if you need that little junction or not, or that fuel pump fuse holder, just little stuff. There's a spare distributor. The throttle body's garbage, but that's a 350 throttle body, so it's smaller. Here's something that people always overlook. This is a rear anti-lock brake valve. Those go bad, and I don't even think you can buy them anymore. So this one looks like it's good. You should take that and the ABS control module. Brake control module, definitely need that. I probably just snag those just to have spares. I've already replaced both of those on my truck. They were both bad when I bought my truck. When these right here go bad, when you hit your brakes, they'll sink down to the floor. It's just like a bad master cylinder, but this is most likely the problem. And this right here. So these, I might come back and snag both of those tomorrow just for the hell of it. Something else I need is the tensioner on my truck has a plastic pulley. I don't know if you can see this, but this has a metal pulley, and my plastic one is kind of worn out. So I might just snag the pulley off this. Matter of fact, I might just take the whole tensioner tomorrow. I'm going to come back tomorrow and get these things. This alternator will also work with my truck. Just good to have a spare. You never know. My wiper motor went out. They always do. I could have snagged that. I've already replaced it. And the cruise control module, I don't know if mine even works anymore. I don't use it, but there's a spare. But like I say, I just look for stuff that would work for my truck down the road. There's a trans cooler right there, or that might be an oil cooler. Either one, but there's a cooler right there. Those work really, really well. Even if you have a race car, for instance, and you want to run a good trans cooler or an oil cooler, this is a good size one. You can buy one similar to that, the B&M trans cooler, and they're like 80 or 100 bucks. You'll probably pick this up for 15 bucks. They work really, really well. Let's see, what else do I need off of this thing? Man, I got bucket seats in mine. And I really want to change to a bench seat. I wonder if that would work. I don't see why it wouldn't. Not the right color, but, and they're always wore out here. Something else you can snag. Someone has destroyed that column, so never mind. My wipers are wore out. Oh, I do need this unit right here too. These are really hard to find, and mine doesn't work so well. Yeah, I might come snag that. I think I'll be coming back here tomorrow. Alright, well, let's see what else we can see. Carry on. Well, we're about to the end of the truck row, but if we look over here, it keeps going, and usually at the back of the yard you'll find some treasures, so we'll go through here, then we'll go to the back. Alright, just spied this 3/4 ton big block. I know for a fact it has a 4L80, but it's a 95, so that 4L80 is not the one I'm looking for, so I'll pass on that. There's a good Gen 5 big block right there. Pick it up for a couple $100. You can clean it off, throw it in something, and let it run. Ooh, there's a dually. I saw that last time I was here. That one also has a 4L80 with a big block. This one, let's see if we can see what year that is. I can't get around here. This is a 98. So yeah, that 4L80, that's not gonna work for me. But again, there's another, I think it's a Gen 5. It's a Gen 5. Maybe this is a Gen 6. I don't know, I can't remember. But one-ton dually. And this diff is gonna have 411 gears in it. This should be a Dana 70. So there's a good diff for someone. One of this has buckets. Oh, it's got a bench seat. They're even powered. Check that out. Cool. You know, those might work for my truck too. I'm pretty sure they'll all bolt in the same. Yeah, while it's the wrong color, I don't really care. Clearly, I don't know how to work that. Hey, it's got the console. Check that out. Dang it. I might need to come get this. I don't know. Yeah. So there that is. Keep looking, I guess. Yeah, we're at the back of the wrecking yard. There's a wasp trying to get me. So we're at the back of the wrecking yard, and this is where you just find stuff. There's a 454 with a turbo 400 trans. Just waiting for someone to pull it out. That's been off for a minute, but you know, whatever. That's a rebuild of a core. Looking for some Flowmaster mufflers, but those are not Flowmasters. Not going to do me any good. But yeah, all the work is done to this. If someone wants a 454, you just come undo a couple of bolts and pull this out. Which I would do that, but I don't have anywhere to put another engine in my garage. But this is why I hate coming to the wrecking yard. See stuff that I think I need, but I don't have anywhere to put it. Damn it. I always use a spare transmission. I know there's nothing special about this, the heads or anything on this big block, but it's just the fact that it's another big block. Those are cast iron manifolds, you know, those can clean up. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, someone did all the work to pull the front end off of this. Last time I was here, this was all put together. So someone did all that work. They might be thinking about coming back, pull that engine out. I might beat them to it. That would suck for them. Wait a minute. What is that? It's a 1 ton. Hang on. Maybe checking this out. That looks like a 4L80 to me. What year is this thing? No, yeah, that's great. It's 96. That's not gonna work. I mean, it could work, but it ain't gonna work for me. 2002 Ford Pass. This video is probably getting pretty long, and this is just the first wrecking yard. There's another big something. Another 3/4 ton. Let's see what we got. It's like a 4L80 to me. It's 4-wheel drive. Oh, here it is. '93. I really want something 2002 or newer, so I mean, these transmissions I could pull out, probably clean them up and sell them, but I'm not in the habit of doing that right now. So alright, well, I won't make this video too long because I still got more wrecking yards to hit, so we'll see if we see something else neat. Right, we went all the way to the back. No, now the wind is kicking up. We're gonna head out of here. I'm gonna duck out of the wind. So we're gonna head out of here and go hit the next wrecking yard. So hang tight. We'll see if we can get there in a good time. Okay, wrecking yard number 2. They close early today. They close at 3:30. Hopefully I'll be done by then. Yeah, that's a few hours. I don't even know what time it is, but let's see what we got here. This one looks like it might be a little bit more crowded. And this is funny, this one, when you first walk in, they have some of the old stuff. I'm old school, so I like the old stuff. And you run across a lot of really cool stuff right here, right at the beginning. Like, check out this olds right here. Kind of cool. This is an Olds 455 maybe? I don't know. Probably has a 12-bolt rear end in it. For you gearheads. Sure enough, 12-bolt rear end. It's got a posi traction rear end. See that tag right there? I don't know if you can see it. Let me try to zoom in. That tag tells you it's a posi traction rear end. Probably wimpy gears, but hey, whatever. It's a 12-bolt coil spring rear end. People walk right by this thing, but it's a 68 Olds. Hard to find 12 bolts anymore, so there you go. We don't really care about that engine there. There's almost always something you can use though. Old shed, probably has a 400 small block. Not just a 350, which is fine. This is a, well, the year is gone off it, but probably an 86 or 7, I'm gonna guess. I don't know. No, probably 85. Whatever. 350 anyway. Probably has a turbo 350 trans. Yeah, it's a turbo. No, wait a minute. Oh, I can't see. Ow, that's hot. The ground is really hot. Don't grab the ground. Jeez, now I gotta know. This is 350 or a 400? Can't see. I can't see. I don't really care. I don't want it. Got it. You can always check the beds because people take stuff off and put them in the beds that I can use sometimes. So well, we'll get walking through here and we'll see if we see anything cool that we need to look at. 75 Chevy step side with a 350. The old step side's pretty cool. See if this has automatic. Yeah, turbo 350 trans. Should be a half ton. No, a 3/4 ton. Looky there. 3/4 ton step side. Pretty cool. Alright, let's look for some more cool stuff. This one doesn't look as deep as the other one. I swear the other wrecking yard was a half-mile deep. I was way in there. They've changed this place a lot. They've actually asphalted this front section, which makes moving that engine hoist around a lot easier, especially when it has a flat tire. So we'll go to the truck section, which they rotated that around too. It used to be right up here. And if we can find the car section, we'll go into that too, just to see if there's something cool. Hang tight. You know you're a noob when you go to the wrecking yard with white pants on, so don't be a noob. Okay, so this either doesn't have a truck section or I walked right by, because wow, I've only seen a couple trucks and they clearly don't have what I need. Probably another 5.3. Yeah, it's a 5.3. It's gonna have a 4L60. Yeah, this whole area right here is, I want to say new. I don't know how new, but it didn't used to have this asphalt here. Pulled several engines out at this wrecking yard. A couple of trucks, but they're not going to have what I need. I can already see. We're going to look anyway. Whoa. What year are you? Oh, this is 8.1. It's just, this is going to have a 4L80 for sure. What year are we? 2004. Oh. Imagine that. Well, let's see what trans is in here before I get on the ground. MN8? Will that focus for me today? Well, I really don't know why this doesn't focus, but you see the MN8? I'm trying to find it in the camera. Well, MN8, let me verify, make damn sure. Yeah, that's a 4L85. That's exactly what I want. And I don't want to look because I know it's going to be gone. And it's a 2004, so it's the right year. And it's on asphalt. However, I see a transfer case sitting here. So that's not looking good for me. Son of a... Of course it's gone. This is the first time I found a 4L85. Even though this is a 4-wheel drive, I would have taken this. Yeah, that sucks. Like I say, a 4L80 is going to work just fine for what I need, but if I'm going to do all that work, why not do a 4L85? They're a little bit heavy dutier. Of course, I'll never notice a difference, but whatever. I'll know about it. Well, shit, look at that. A Suburban. It's a 3/4 ton Suburban 4-wheel drive with the 8.1 and the 4L85. That's a perfect combination right there. I would even take that engine, but I'm building my own 496. Okay, I have to post this one on Facebook. Someone's probably going to want this. Alright, let's look for some more cool stuff. Alright, well, there's nothing else here. But highly disappointing. I mean, I'm glad I found what I was looking for, but I didn't find what I was looking for because it was not there. But I'm gonna go take a picture of that 8.1 and let people know about that, because I know people are looking for that. So I'm gonna try to hit the other wrecking yard and I'll keep you posted. Well, I didn't make it to the third wrecking yard today. I had to come back and meet someone. So now it looks like I got a couple carbs I gotta build. So yeah, we'll get on that. And then I gotta clean this mess up in here. This is just ridiculous. I got so much crap sitting around. So I'll probably spend the rest of the day trying to sort all this stuff out because this doesn't need to be here. There's a flex plate for my daughter's truck, which, by the way, some of y'all might recognize. I don't know. Kev Dog. And that's supposed to be Dave Kendig. We'll see. But yeah, I happened to run into them at a car show a couple weeks ago, and I had to get a flex plate for my daughter's truck, so I had them autograph it, and she doesn't even know who they are. Go figure. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do the rest of the day is probably try to straighten up my garage a little bit because I can't even function in here. I really haven't had much time out here anyway, so this will give me a chance to get stuff straightened out. Got to put these tires away. Holy crap! All right, well, that'll do it for this video. I've got some more videos in mind I got to get going on, so stay tuned. Thanks. Out.